I'm about to do a bunch of analysis on a couple of ISADS clips that have either caused controversies in the comment section or that ISAD has specifically asked my opinion about. And we are going to look at them step by step, and we're going to play them through, and then we are going to break them down from start to finish and see what was done and what actually happened and whether or not people were maliciously acting or ISAD made mistakes or what really happened. We're gonna break each clip down and kind of look through them objectively, and I'm gonna give my opinion and what I think about the clips and what happened as I watched them and gather more information. Let's go ahead and start with the first clip that ISAD actually sent over and look at that first and what started this whole thing, right? So ISAD has already given me this permission and asked, like I said, for me to do this. So we are going to go ahead and take a look. So let's go ahead and just kind of watch it through first, and we'll go from there. Okay, so my first impression is that that's just unfortunate. The Miata bounced on the exit, made a mistake, and then tried to recover, but let's look at it and break it down, right? Now, I've actually already gone through this one with ISAD, just to kind of give an idea of what I thought, right? And so I want to start here at the beginning. Because ISAD currently is on the line for the inside, but the Miata is in front, right? So as I go to enter this braking zone, the Miata has a decision to make here, and it depends on what they think about ISAD's driving, right? So if they think that ISAD is faster than them, their choice is most likely going to be to defend. If they don't think that ISAD is faster, they would just take the line normally and go through the corner. They're on the last lap, and neither of them have penalties. Looks like it's been a really, really good race, and it's really coming down to the wire here. We have the chicane and the final corner, and that's it. So, as they go into the braking zone, the Miata chooses to defend, and once ISAD moves over, the Miata realizes that ISAD is moved over and stops moving to the left, guard the inside. So they're side by side here going into the braking zone, and typically you would go through this corner side by side, right? With the Miata taking the left inner curbs and ISAD taking the right inner curbs on the next turn.
Unless someone backs out and gives space.
That doesn't quite happen though, right? So as we go into the braking zone, ISAD hits the brakes and the Miata tries to dive deeper and brake later than ISAD. So at this point, ISAD should brake more, go for the switchback, because there's more than likely this person's not going to make this corner from this angle, right? Where they are, they've already like narrowed their angle so hard that they're gonna have to, if they do go for this inside corner, try and take this inside corner as well, just to even kind of maintain some speed. So ISAD should realize this and brake more and go for the switchback, right? To swap the lines and try and maintain the speed so that you can win on the exit. So, going in, the Miata goes deep, ISAD switches lines, and now ISAD is on the outside, and the Miata is recovering, right? So, the Miata is going to need the room here to make this recovery and allow both of them to get through this exit. You can go pretty far on these curbs here, but they can throw your car around. So ISAD switches, the Miata realizes and cuts early, right? To try and leave ISAD the room. They didn't have to. ISAD left enough room for them to go side by side, though the line definitely could have been wider. I said probably could have brought the car out more and still maintained the speed while leaving a little bit more room. But this car, you know, they still dictate a lot, and the room was definitely there. Right? Like, you can see, you can put 2 tires here, for sure. For sure. Decent opportunity, but you can definitely put the room there. I said could have been further left. But the resulting consequence here of this action of turning in is that they are now on a trajectory to where this tire, and this tire are going to bounce off this inner curb with the line that they are on. And if you watch this car really closely as I play this clip, you'll see it snap back and kind of drift a little left, but the turning never stops being to the right. I don't know how accurate that is, like, from, you know, this is ISAD's point of view, so I don't know how accurate this person's model is to, like, what their actual inputs are, but, like, this person does not stop turning right. But if you watch, the wiggle, because of the jump caused from the sausage curb, sends them left. On the inner curbs, the left side jumps off the top, the back wheel follows, the back right, ooh, it actually didn't. So it was just from the bounce of the curb and the suspension recoil. Still turning right, still turning right. And ISAD is pushed off track. Realistically, it was a racing mistake into a recovery, into the car reacting harshly to the panicked recovery that ended in a racing incident. That's just super unlucky. Definitely on the Miata. Like, if you're like gonna look at that from like a whose fault is this, it is the Miata's fault because of a few things, right? Number one being trying to force themselves into this super tight line and super late break, right? They should have been here to take the corner side by side with ISAT, right? If they had been here, they could have taken these left curbs, and then ISAT would have had the inside, but you still have a better shot at actually getting what you want, right? Exactly. Yep. The curbs cause front end scrub, and it is from the result of bad car positioning. Absolutely. It sucks. It's not malicious at all. It's just, it's a mistake into another mistake. 1, 2. It's just 2 right in a row. 2 little mistakes caused this incident. But yeah, realistically, the Miata should have been here to start with, and they should have gone side by side. You know, that was a better chance for both of them getting through. Like, I get why they didn't want that, because you go into that final right, and the Supra has the advantage. But still, it's safer. But once they were here, and they switched back, this person panicked, and I think ISAD cut the line a little tight. Like, they, you know, ISAD left room. I'm not saying ISAD did anything wrong. I'm saying ISAD could have left a little more room, which might have helped this person not panic as hard. But like, he definitely left it. Like, there's no question. There's the room here. Especially because like the track limit is like half the sausage curb. But yeah, the Miata straight up, the Miata missed the braking point. Their recovery sent them off the track a little bit, which caused a, you know, snap back from the jump off the curb. basically. Just unlucky. Just very unlucky. Hello, Geet. Is that okay?
Am I going to be in a video?
Is that all right?
That is absolutely okay. Does
Okay.
this mean that I need to not say silly things?
Yeah, because
That's okay. I can
ISAD
do that.
asked me to do this specifically, so I'm trying to actually look at it properly, right? So
That's fine. If I'm in it, I will contribute to it, but I will not be silly until we end recording.
if this person had been here, they could have gone through the chicanes together and actually had a race for the finish line. But because this person went so defensive, ISAD was very smart in breaking a little more and switching the lines, right?
Mhm.
So, with that being said, once the lines had switched, I did think that if ISAD had left a little bit more room and maybe cut a little bit harder, that this also might have not happened because this person was already in panic and recovery mode, and like ISAD knows that, but the move was definitely there. So if ISAD had moved a little further left of the line, right? Because like here's the picture and here's where ISAD actually was. So the next part, if ISAD had gone a little further left, this would have been less scary for this person. And they've already lost speed, right? So you should be able to take it a little wider than you normally would and still take this pass while also, you know, like the room was there, but there could have been more. That's the only thing I'll say. And then it would have prevented this because the skid would have happened the other way around, right? They wouldn't have washed like snapping to the left. They would have washed from the back if they were going to wash. I don't think the Supra... No. ISAD did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. I think ISAD could have... You know, there are multiple ways that this wouldn't have happened, and this is how ISAD could have prevented it.
Maybe the way that I see it is like at the very end when he got when ISAD got hit. I think the Miata was maybe trying to just recorrect from a slide.
I think the slide was... Yes, yeah. At the end,
like at the end he hit the last sausage curb. The back end probably went. He probably was trying to catch it, and then what we call is like a sim twitch. Switched over to ISAD, and ISAD was the recipient of that. And then he got pushed off. I think the Miata driver was actually driving very fair for a majority.
No. And that's the other thing I want to point out is that's why I think it's a racing incident as well, is because if this was a ramming situation, there were so many better opportunities to end his race, to end ISAD's race. Look, like
right there.
Right here. Boom. That's race done. Right there. You put them in the grass here, they're here. Like, you know, it wasn't a ram attempt. And you can even see it because, look, when they see that ISAD's there, you watch the initial yank to the right. And they really tried to get far enough away to give ISAD space for the exit as well. It just snapped back, and you'll see it.
Yeah.
And that was it. There's just that little wiggle, and that was enough.
Yeah, it was a correction. Racing incident, shit happens.
Yep. Unlucky.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to watch it through the first time. I'm not going to say anything. Just going to watch it. All right? Here we go. Um, okay. So I'm gonna. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. So
Brake,
this.
push, spin.
Yeah, but I think the more important part of this, and the most important part of this,
There's desync.
well, there is desync, but I think this is the most important part. What the f? Where
Yeah,
is he
give him no-
supposed to go?
Yeah,
Where is
no.
ISAD supposed to go? Like,
There's no room. You know, the only excuse that you can give is maybe that guy's on wheel. You know,
no,
but
because
even
they
but
moved
even those
right.
movements.
Look, they
yeah.
move right. Look. All right.
Well, even
My
the
only
movements of
thought
this
is
guy.
maybe they thought that was where they needed to go. Maybe, but like, look, like,
Yeah, he
they're
gave him nothing.
moving to the right. Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah,
nothing.
there's
So
nothing there.
I think that is the most important thing to start with, because this move is what I would say sets everything off, even beyond the initial tap that happens here. Because, like, there's a little twitch, ISAD slows down, moves to the inside properly, and again, ignored. Ignored. Absolutely ignored. At this point, ISAD is directly next to this car. It's not like, oh, my front tires are at your rear tires and someone's crying about desync.
Yeah.
This is plainly, the ISAD is there. The Lambo needs to now correct and prepare to go through this next corner with two cars next to each other. Instead, they turn into ISAD. Okay.
Yeah. So there's
Which
just
causes
nothing.
ISAD to wash, right? And even still, he lets off. It hits the brakes. The Lambo still has room to take the line needed. Waits and then hops back in the line properly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gets the better exit. Gets a really good exit, actually. Like, I'm shocked you didn't get it off. I don't know where the track limit is here. Is it off the curb? It might be off the curb. But this is a way better exit.
Yep.
Right? And then instead of saying, wow, what a great exit, this is going to be a fun race, the Lambo's like, no track for you.
Mm-hmm.
Then hits the brakes going into the next corner after cutting ISAD out, which causes ISAD to hit the Lambo because you're not supposed to brake there.
He just had a bad line and broke.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. I think this was just like utter disrespect, and then you played yourself, really.
Yep.
What a great move this is, too. Like, wow. That was such a good move, and the Lambo was like, nah. That happens. That's fine. But then this, that's not ever...
That's not ever good at all.
No, that's never called for. That's so disrespectful. And honestly, you kind of... No, you did it to yourself. Straight up. Oh, here we go.
You know?
Oh, here we go. This is the one. The Lambo totally deserved that after trying to run you off the track. That gave me so much gratification to watch, and it was raised. And it said the same thing. Also, that Lambo, thanks to get disqualified. The Diablo was just driving in his lane. What? Why should they give up the optimal line for somebody else coming from behind? Because they were next to them. No. Not because they're faster. That's never right. Safety's always on the passing car. And ISAD was safe about it. ISAD put that car where it needed to be. And the Diablo did not respect the move that was made. and instead pushed ISAT out and then cut ISAT off the track and then hit the brakes after cutting their corner wrong and ran themselves into that Ferrari. Honestly.
Yep, no, that's fair. You're right.
Let's see. Diablo made some questionable moves. Yep, 100%. Moving to the right, no room. Yep, I agree. I mean, the bull gave itself the horns here. It wasn't even mess with the bull, get the horns. It was just literally that little break was all it needed in cars that fast to be the end of it. A lot of blocking and malicious intent in this one.
That's what ISAD said?
That's what ISAD said, yeah. Oh, it's starting with a poor network. You already know this is going to get spicy. Was it ramming or was it desync? Find out tonight at 11.
Why are there so many Lamborghinis in this thing?
There are a lot of Lamborghinis.
It's like 6 of them. And the only track I know it does well on is like Hackney.
I wonder if this is from when they were brand new.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Malicious intent.
Oh, it got spicy there.
Yeah, it's
Oh, those two got glued together. Forza desynced. No touch, nothing. Did
Well,
you
with the
see
back
or
end of-
hear one?
The back end of the Porsche,
There's no
Yeah.
touch.
that may have been e-brake.
It looks like desync to me.
I don't know about that one.
I don't think they would
that was-
e-brake from that point, do you?
It looked like a handbrake, you know, like a tap.
Trying to get more rotation, stay
Yeah.
on the
Trying to-
Oh,
right.
yep, right there. And it
Yeah,
gripped too
trying to
hard.
get more rotation. Yep,
Okay.
exactly. That's what I
Yep,
think.
that's a good call.
It's a great spot, Pete.
Yeah, this is a really good, because right there, that shift.
Right
They were
there, yeah.
washing, and then they hit the handbrake to shift back.
Yep, that was a handbrake. No decent.
That's a great eye, Geet. That 100%. All right, I mean,
That was a poor
that
one,
sucks, but there's nothing really wrong with that, or nothing bad from either end, in my opinion. Oh, that was Forza glue. Or they
Yeah.
did they move back left? It kind of looks like the vet moves back left.
So go back to it. Yeah. Let me see.
Let's go back a little bit. Okay, so they cut across pretty aggressively. Like this, they're trying to play some defense, right?
Well, right now it just seems like,
Trying to take optimal line.
well,
Mhm.
not even that, but the back end of the car is just sliding. I think he's just
Yeah,
having an issue with just keeping traction.
with grip. Yep, I
Yeah,
agree.
it's just grip. So I think it's rear
And
arrow
then that,
right now.
I think, that was a loss of grip, which led to a lift.
Snap back. It
And
snapped
ISAD
back.
didn't lift, and Forza glue.
Mhm. I think the Corvette snapped back after a slide. Again, desync. But,
Oh yeah, the little look at the little wiggle before the
Yep.
contact.
He was trying to recorrect the slide, so he snapped back right into ISAD. And you could just see with the Corvette, like the back end of it's all over the place, you know, through
Oh,
the
yeah.
chicane beforehand. So
Yeah,
he
we'll start
he
from
got out of
there.
the corner. Yeah, got out of the corner. Probably got on the gas a little too early. You can't see it because of poor network, but it was probably a desync. Yeah, you can see the back end sliding right there.
The wiggle,
Yeah. you can see it.
wiggle.
And he probably recorrected. You know, if he's on controller, snapped it back, and then
This collision is
Oh,
nothing,
this- oh,
because,
this-
like, if anything, it helps. That was the
this is
corner
beforehand.
before.
That
So
was
now we're
before.
coming down. They panic brake.
at the
There's a
slide.
panic brake from the slide instead of letting the car rotate back. And then they tried to use the brake again to get the shift of weight into this corner. ISAC gets a way better exit. And yeah, that's Forza glue right there.
yeah, he snapped. He tried to recorrect and made contact with ISET's car, and then they stuck together forcibly.
Forza glue.
Mm-hmm.
That's poor network at its finest, because it should not have been that extreme for poor Mitch.
But at least I said backed off.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Here you go. I mean, like, once ISAD realizes, like, that was right after the first couple twitches as well, so good on you, ISAD. And so ISAD's full throttle here. Off, on, off, on. On. Once, yep. Let's, ooh. Oh, hang on.
That's a desync.
That's 100% a desync. On. Lets off, hits the brake, goes back to on. So ISAD disengaged glue, and it sent poor Mitch on a wild ride. Alright, let's go back to it. I think Mitch might be okay. Mitch seems fine. What was that?
I said it could have been a very dangerous rejoin if you tried to get on a lot tighter.
Definitely. It was just kind of a lucky angle to be able to rejoin the way that was. And luckily, with ISAD backing off as well, it was, you know, made it okay. But yeah, still not a good rejoin. There's that rear end grip again. That's not defense.
So
Like,
that's just the Corvette being aggressive. That's blocking.
That's just straight blocking. Yeah.
That's just straight blocking. There's no racecraft there. He's just trying to prevent passing.
No, that wasn't a squeeze. That was, ISAD straight up had a better exit, and the Corvette didn't like it.
Yeah. So you can see the Corvette's trying.
Again,
ISAD's
cutting in,
to,
pushing them off. Yeah. Come on, Mitch.
And then there you go. He's pushing it. Yeah. So I think Mitch is just griefing from the last incident.
From the desync.
Yeah.
From the network conditions.
Yeah,
ISAD getting blamed for network conditions.
So he's just blocking. ISAD
Yeah.
sees it, and he's trying to trick Mitch into doing something dumb. So yeah, you can see. Look at him block.
Like, that's not... You get one move, alright? You get one move on the exit. Now you've crossed the start line, so you get one more move before this braking zone. Now brake in one straight line. Okay, you pick the inside line, so stay there. You keep the inside line. Now you move to the outside line. You can't do that. You can't just move in front of people like that.
Now,
hold your line.
Hang on. Let's see if he does the same thing to the Porsche.
He's definitely doing it to the Porsche as well. The Porsche, again, unlucky. That's just a result of what had happened with the Corvette. So far, Mitch should change the H to an N. Yep, definitely. Mitch Snake 51.
It's poor defense. It's someone that's just trying to defend a position because they just want to keep, you know, fourth place for whatever reason.
That is someone who doesn't understand that you get one move, right? That's someone who just thinks that, like, that's how I beat the AI and I had to stop them that way. I have to do that to other people as well. You get one move, right, per zone. In terms of, like, you can make a move before you brake for entry. You can make a move on exit. You can make a move during the apex. But you get one. Once you stick a line and you create a position, there is an inherent exchange of responsibility between the two drivers to ensure both of their safety when racing. If you are trying to push someone off the track, you're doing it wrong. It is your job to make sure that they can stay on the track and continue to compete. If someone has a better exit than you, don't push them off the track, race with them. You will get better.
Now that Mitch has first place, let's see how much more aggressive he gets. I bet you this guy probably has shit tires right now.
Well, with the lack of grip and consistently tossing the car like that, yeah, 100%. There's so much like twitching instead of just like letting the car rotate and hold momentum that, like, I'm shocked they haven't pushed themselves off track. Now you're just really being an idiot and malicious for no reason. ISAD doing a good job to guard from being pushed into the sand pit. And here it comes. It's gonna happen up here at this brake zone.
Yeah, Mitch is he's just being salty for no reason.
Yep.
So now I think he's gonna look behind, he's far away. Is he gonna send
Look for
it?
the dive. Oh, I'm legitimately shocked that, that there wasn't a send.
Yeah. It was just poor driving all around. You're just being
Yeah.
That's Horizon shit.
That's not even like, that's Need for Speed.
Yeah.
We got a BMW, and you said this one's a Porsche up here?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a Porsche
Okay.
GT3.
Alright, so they're having a party. This is a really rough section to be side by side in. The BMW just told the Lambo to move to the left now.
It's the Porsche and the Lambo. Those two right there, Forza Glue.
Oh, there's... Did they Forza glue? No, but look earlier going into the
No, but
uphill
at the end of
right
that corner,
as well.
at the end of that corner, the end of the second corner of the chicane.
So something's happened here where the M8 is slow. Oh,
Is
I'm
that-
gonna guess the M8 came from like third.
Yeah, the other two caught up to the M8.
Let me just.
No, the M8 was going slow up here. Oh, there's a brake, a touch. No, look, from the grass. Did you see it?
Oh yeah, I did.
He's
I
on.
did.
Yeah, he's on the grass.
He was on the grass. Okay.
Yeah, he came from out here. Okay, unlucky. Something must have happened. That corner's hard to go side by side. That left. It's really easy to destroy someone on accident. The Porsche doesn't respect the Lambo, and they get glued together.
That's at the end.
And
of this.
then it just turns into that. Oh, that's literally just getting slapped on the wrist for the other kids fighting right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you probably could have hit the brakes a little sooner, but to get penalized
goes
for
off.
it is rough.
Lambo gets sucked out by the grass.
Porsche makes the move to the outside. Decides the M8 is not there on the entry and braking zone. That was a consequence of being there and not reacting fast enough. Nothing malicious happened. It's just super unlucky to get penalized for it. Defense.
First place at Audi.
Defense.
Audi.
Hang on. Just deep on the brakes, and then it also seemed like because they were deep on the brakes, they forced ISAD to go deep. On purpose? I don't know. Ugh, that was ugly. Do. If that Corvette did that to me, I would have just forced my way through. The fact he isn't getting penalties made me salty. I mean, not wrong.
Yeah.
As Alonso once said, all the time you have to leave the space. Screaming at the screen at the Corvette. Yeah, honestly, like, in real life, like, just realistically, in real life, if you had done something like what that Corvette did, you would have not only been pulled off the track, but you would have been escorted from the track and told to not come back. You wouldn't get your racing license in the first place, but, you know. Probably learn from the AI. Yeah, honestly, that's a huge issue in this game, is the AI. Because, yes, they're faster. Sure, they drive better lines. But
No,
what
they
they don't do... Yes, they do. Straight up, they do. They drive way better
Usually?
lines. Oh, yeah. What they don't do is they don't respect anyone's space. So, like, if you make a slight mistake, they just drive through you because they're driving the line that is best at all times, quote unquote, or whatever the AI is doing.
Yeah, they make mistakes and whatnot, but realistically, like, the AI is strong at driving fast, relatively. It is not good at racecraft, and that is the problem. And when your AI can't do the fucking basics in racecraft, it doesn't matter how fast it can go, because all of your community is going to ram people, because that's what the AI taught them to do. When they just didn't give a about their line and drove through them, why should you care about some random person online? Just drive through them. They made a mistake. And that's like the mentality. And it stems from how you teach people, and they teach people through the AI only in this system, and their AI drives through people. So it's not good. It just creates this. Maybe this too, some aggressive moves by me. I'm gonna guess this is B-class opens. And then the next one actually has a timestamp, so we'll be able to actually look at a specific incident and break it down like we did last time.
This is definitely B class because
Yeah,
Clio's and
Integras, Velosters, SRT4 Neon. Yeah, definitely looks like B class. BRZ. BRZ already pushing the Integra off the track. Good on the Integra for just backing off, because that's exactly how you should treat that. Oh, and then bad on the Integra for not braking. Instead just driving into ISAT.
wanted to remove the rival front-wheel drive car.
Strategic play is what you're saying? No, I just think it was a straight whoopsie from the fact that they didn't ram that time. Oh, no!
Poor rejoin. What a poor rejoin.
Wow.
Also, it was a Cosmo who was just so light that he just got sent into the stratosphere.
Just absolutely destroyed that poor little Cosmo straight into the cosmos. Back where it once came from. Alright, so they get into a tussle up ahead. Oh, this car just went straight. This person got through, and the Cosmo and this person went on a ride. This ride can be hard side by side, especially on the exit, because of the way that it changes like that. And that poor Cosmo, just absolutely destroyed. This is how not to rejoin the track with your friend, the Mazda Cosmo. Puts up the smoke screen. Gives no thought to anyone. Drives back on the track. And pays dearly. Oh, there was a bunch of people in that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a party. Fun stuff so far. It wasn't a very good rejoin for my set either. When you get dragged off the track like that, you're already kind of screwed. So like, just keep turning left. Try and rejoin closer to here.
Either that or going to pause.
Yeah, or hit pause or something. Yeah. This is not a good rejoin. So I'm actually gonna put this incident on your rejoin. Yeah, that unfortunately that focus paid the price. That was a shitty situation. Your rejoin wasn't great. A lot of death. Moving on. Oh, goodbye BMW.
Lobster going a little too wide.
It was the focus cutting it too short. That's just being unaware. There's so much like little stupid contact. That's the other person not using the full width of their line. I don't know how you didn't get a penalty for this. I'll be honest, I really have
abusing
no
the
idea
line.
how you didn't get a penalty on that one.
Maybe trying to avoid the Ford. Honestly, I thought the Ford was a little aggressive.
I mean, the Ford kept cutting their lines short, and like all
Kept
of
turning-
those
kept
little
turning
bumps
into-
and incidents that happened to them were their fault because of how they were cutting their lines short. But like, once again, nothing was malicious. There were lots of opportunities to knock each other off the track, right? And no one took them. I just think it's literally like ISAD was willing to use a wider line than that Focus was, as was the Veloster. And the Veloster got popped for it, and
Got sucked
ISAD
into
made
the
it through.
grass.
Yeah. The black holes that Forza calls grass.
You got the black holes of Forza grass, and you got the space programs of sausage curbs.
Oh,
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
I was just gonna say they may have just been trying to get further left, so because
Yeah.
obviously got the hairpin, and
That's what it
didn't
looks like
really
to me,
respect
too.
That there's a velocity there.
Yeah. That's exactly what it looks like to me too. And then I think the Veloster got pushed a little left. Yep, and tries to correct to the right. But at that point, because of the RX-8 being a little faster probably, it's too far ahead, which results in a pit maneuver.
The RX-8 would be quicker in the straight line.
Yeah, yeah. And then the correction. Oh, and they both just go. Yeah, that's the RX-8 just
Bye, have a great time.
a little too far. It was a good idea to try and get the Veloster out wide to help your line too, but the Veloster was a bit wider than they probably anticipated.
The Heist is getting dangerously close to being an off-track penalty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of these lines are definitely questionable on a lot of these drivers, and some of ISAD's lines as well are really, like that one chicane was something special.
Yes, it's gone quite wide.
Miata killed its own speed here.
Miata,
Oh,
go!
no.
Uh,
Are we gonna see the wild, drastic defense despite the penalty? No.
wow.
I bet if ISAD had tried to go to the outside, it might have been different.
We finished P1.
That was probably a smart move. 18 positions. That's something. I don't know if ISAD wanted me to watch this one too. I think just the Viper one, or just the SRT4. I don't know. Kayalami seems like it might have some content. Let's watch for a bit. We'll see. It's not Kayalami T1 if you don't hear some crashing and smashing, right?
What was that? What happened? What is happening? Go back like 30
Alright,
seconds.
here we go. Okay, so it looks like someone just
Off-road.
doesn't turn left. Hang on, let's go back a little more. Cause it starts up here.
Okay.
That person has decided to play the new WRC game.
Mhm.
Well, he
Got pulled off by the grass and decided to keep on going straight. However, doesn't look like they made an attempt to brake and just kept on going.
Oh, did they get Forza glued to the back of this? What is that, a Camaro?
Good lord.
Look at this.
Yeah,
Look.
Camaro Super Sport.
The Camaro wiggles and the Subaru gets sent off. I don't know, like they might have just caught a left tire off into the vortexes of Forza.
But look what happens. He keeps going. There's no attempt to brake.
Well, I mean, he is turning left, to be fair. He's trying to get the car to do something. But are the brake lights
he?
on or are they off?
No, they're
they're
not. He's not braking.
He's just decided to go straight.
There's no brake lights.
He wants that Camaro. That's what he's going for.
There was like a little bit of a
Oh.
brake light there.
Oh,
And then they
you're
were off.
right.
He wants
What?
the Camaro.
Why was this the Camaro's fault? Why did you... Hang on. We have to have missed something. There has to be some type of scuffle. Okay, it might have started back here. The Camaro kind of cut that line. I'm watching up here now.
That was funny. By the way, I love how there's someone called Budweiser.
I wonder if there's a comment of someone being like, why aren't you redlining the car, I said. There's Turbo Rally.
Yeah, I don't really... I have to have missed something. There's gotta be something we've missed, right? There has to be more to it than the cutting in front of a line for a couple of seconds where you didn't even make like a drastic contact. We're on lap 1.
Cat's trying to justify madness.
It's all great.
So I'm still confused on where the problem... How is it our Camaros? Okay. Wiggle, you go left. How is this the Camaro's fault? Why did you do this to this poor person? What? You didn't even do it successfully. They barely went off track and we're back on. Alright, you're right. I can't justify anything that I saw anywhere because it's just f***ing madness.
It was just all great.
Wait, can we go back again? Because did everyone just... How did they, like... What is happening here? There's... Let's see. There's a car going off up here. There's... These two are about to both go off. I'm pretty sure another one went off up
Go back
front.
again. Go back again just a little
Yeah,
bit.
like, we're gonna go a little further back again. So, we're gonna come down here and watch the insane Subaru one more time. Forza glue.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Skyline and Corvette
Rear
off.
wheel
Forza
drive,
Blue.
Forza glue.
And is that a
Drifting Integra.
Yep.
Yep.
Uh-huh. That's good.
This is...
That car had front arrow on only.
Alright, so hang on. I know... Should we wait until the lap is over before I say what I'm about to say?
No, say what you want. Let's say what you want
Okay,
to say now.
so we're in 4th, right?
Yeah.
Where did ISAD start this race?
That's a good question.
Or just,
all the way at the
way
back, literally
He's
off
in
the back.
20th. He's
Yeah.
not even done with the lap. He's in 4th place. He's not. There was. He does such a good job avoiding the chaos and contact. And just by going slow and letting people hit each other in front and braking early, and it's just like, seriously.
It brings up your skill rating, though. When you start last and you get that high up,
It
yeah.
really does. Yes. 20th to 4th, and we are at the hairpin going into the last sector. Like, we're not even done with the second sector, right? Like, it's a skill itself, avoiding the average Forza lobby. This is a masterclass. If anyone ever wants to see how and like what you should do and like how you need to be patient while staying in the pack of momentum, watch this video, because ISAD did such a good job. Starting to get spicy with the BRZ and the wide body Miata. All right, here we go. Oh, ISAD. That was really sketchy.
Someone's bump is very low.
I'm gonna go ahead and...
Why?
Oh my
Why? Can you go back and rewind again, please? What happened? Was it glue, or did like somebody turn into somebody? It was.
I don't know.
All right, so it's the BRZ.
It's more like a crash.
Oh God, yeah, that's a big thump. Jesus. Yeah, you're
All right,
right.
here
It
we
is a
go.
crash.
They're saying it's either low right height or low bump. It's probably just both.
It's
Both,
the
yeah.
BRZ.
Probably. No,
The-
it kind of looked like the Miata like got stuck because the
No,
BRZ.
Go back more. Go back
Yeah.
more.
So the BRZ, right? But the BRZ right now, BRZ has the right of way. No matter what, from here, as long as the BRZ
Slow motion.
lets this car in, they should be
Put it in-
fine.
in
This
slow motion.
Miata needs to slow down at this point, or move over to the right and force the 240 further.
All right, now hang on. Let's
So
see.
now we come into the corner.
BRZ looks like it turned into those two cars.
So the Miata has moved into this space. The 240 is there. Everyone has the room. Yeah, the BRZ is on a really weird trajectory for
I
two
told
cars
ya.
being to the right.
I told you it's the BRZ.
No, it's the Miata. Look at this angle. The Miata's sliding. Look at the angle of this car and look at
Okay.
the angle of this car.
Hang on.
The Miata's sliding.
No. Where's the PRC going? Look where his car's pointing. He's going off into the hedges.
Yeah.
Because he's stuck. Look.
He wasn't stuck when he was going that way.
But he had that was his line. It was his priority. No one's next to him except for the person he let be there. At this point, the BRZ is through. Pushes the exit. I think this is the Miata's fault.
I don't know.
Oh.
I think this is the Miata's fault. Because then the Miata turns too far left into the back and should have lifted and let that car go through and finish their corner.
I can see what you're saying. From my point of view, it looks like I think the BRZ or GT86, whatever it is, probably could have turned in a little bit more and held a narrower line.
You're right, but they don't
I'm
have
with you on
to.
that.
They don't have to. It's their priority. The vortex of danger is not being met. They aren't next to the BRZ. The BRZ has exited. At this point, you can see front tires are not to the rear tires. At this point, the BRZ gets the priority to exit here and can run their line, or should be able to, but is prevented because the Miata starts to slide and turns left into their rear bumper and keeps turning left after he should have let off, and then gets stuck to the back bumper here, which causes the BRZ to turn right.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the Miata then turns right and gets the 240 involved. And the 240 is just the victim who unfortunately found themselves in the double vortex of danger.
Are you sure the Miata turns right, or is it just a BRZ?
No, it's
continuing?
from the contact of the BRZ. Yeah, I think the Miata stops the BRZ's left by turning left into the rear bumper, and that caused them both to go right. I agree that the BRZ probably should have kept turning left. I don't think they had to. It's the Miata's fault for not backing out, in my opinion, but I think it's still a racing incident because I just think it was all three of them trying really hard to get the lead. And I think that the biggest victim in this is the poor 240. The 240 got sent for a ride. Thoughts? Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, it can go either way, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And the man who reaps all the reward is Isaac.
Is the Miata. Nope, the Miata's
Well,
gonna
the
get
Miata
it.
bounces off at
Look
everybody
at that.
here.
The Miata got sandwiched and used it as a defense tactic. That was impressive.
Well, look at the penalty, though. Miata got a 4-second.
I mean, that was deserved. See, even the game got that one right. Dude, ISAT is just on fire. Both of these races. In the first lap, ISAT went from 20th to 2nd.
Hey there everyone, Futurecast here. As I'm editing this and as I've talked to more people about this situation, I really do realize that there are tons of different ways to interpret this clip alone. If you blame the BRZ, you're probably right. If you blame the Miata, you're probably right. If you blame the 240, you're probably right. There were so many options that were available to avoid that incident, and none of those drivers took any of those options. The BRZ could have kept turning, the Miata could have lifted, and the 240 could have backed out entirely. It was three drivers all pushing for first who were completely unaware or willing to be unaware of each other.
Anyways, on to the last one. What's up?
Yas Marina.
Yeah, you already know it's
horrible
gonna be ice curbs. It's a party. People are sliding off the curbs. I said, oh, playing a dangerous game. Seriously, that curb on the outside, it's ice. Absolute ice.
They're all cheese grater curbs.
Yeah. There's cones flying everywhere. It's already a party. Going down to the hairpin here. Wow. No one got spun. Amazing.
I'm shocked.
Me too. Viper left the room. Oh wait, this one actually has a timestamp. Do we want to go to that, or do we just want to watch through it?
Let's go to the timestamp.
Okay. So ISAD says to look at 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
Oh,
So
God.
I'm gonna go. Oh. Nope, we're watching through.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's slow it down and see what happens.
It's just hairpin. It's just chicane.
No.
Yeah, people went straight. Porsche turned in, spun out. Oh, the car
The contact
hit the
on
back
braking.
of the. Yeah, the contact on the Challenger.
This poor person. I feel so bad for this person because like their vision line right now says take the apex and go, right? And then
Yeah.
these two just come out of nowhere. And this I feel so bad for that person. They didn't see it coming at all.
Here we go. Here comes. Oh.
Oh. Party going on up here.
Some people just go straight, like they're cutting the sausage and
You
just
know-
does not even bother turning.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. Again, I want to go ahead and say good job, ISAD, because most people would try and move over here to get to this corner. And ISAD, I'm proud of you for just saying, well, I'm stuck here because of where this person is and where I am at. I'm gonna just off track myself. Good job. Good job. So much better than a collision, which is what's gonna happen in front of you. Because, look at this. I said you're still here to talk about this one because of that corner cut, so good job. And you got no penalty. Good job, game, for realizing there was nowhere else to actually go.
Oh, look at that Ferrari. Oh, God.
Do you even get to see what happened to the Ferrari? Oh, it's just... okay,
It
yes,
just
you
went
do.
off.
No,
Yeah, it just...
I don't think it
wait,
just
no,
went
it got
off.
pushed.
I don't think it just went
BMW.
off.
BMW
All right, here we
pushed
go.
it.
There it is. Oh, they're trying so hard not to get driven through right now, and that BMW just did not care. Drove straight through it. Comes back onto the track. It's mid-engine problems now. Dodgeball. Oh, terrifying.
Porsche goes wide. Pushes through another car. The BMW, maybe? Oh, no, BMW's saved it.
Oh, good move on ISAD to just let the BMW go, since the BMW has now chosen violence on multiple occasions.
Like right there.
Yep.
Yep. That could
That
have been a bad
mobile
move for
Corvette wall. Thanks, Chevy. Oh, what a dive from the Dodge.
I don't think the BMW's happy right now.
The BMW is just... everybody getting tossed around. Brakes! What a livery. Oh, that's great. Good defensive move from the vet. Nice wide exit. Little slip. ISAD takes advantage of it. And that's something.
That's a lie.
Quite the dive. Ooh, ISAD's going a little fast, but that's fine. ISAD dove and the Viper was like, hold my beer.
Viper just went too deep. Braked late. I don't think it was malicious. If
I
it
don't
was
think it
malicious,
was
it was.
either.
Yeah, it was just. He would have just
Ooh.
pulled on ram. Yeah. He's just trying to late brake. That, on the other hand, was a send from that Corvette up on the Viper.
Corvette, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just not respecting room from the Viper. I'm pretty sure this continues into the next lap as well. Could be wrong.
Ping pong.
Yeah, that literally is just like no respect from the Viper. Oh,
Oh, and now the Viper's being a little aggressive.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
There's
wow.
A lot of,
Yeah.
Okay, so their priority, they have the corner. It's on the vet not to hit the Viper. The vet does not hit the Viper. The Viper wiggles. The Viper has lost. The vet doesn't really have anywhere to go, though, without going on to ice curbs. But at this point, they're already glued together, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
The Viper's being malicious.
So I think that that one's not malicious.
Go back again.
Look, but I think it's the Forza glue that causes the right turn, right? Because, like, wiggle, they get stuck, and then the turn happens, right? I don't think there was ever, like, a moment where they were like, I'm gonna turn right into you.
You know, you
while
might be
you're
right there. Yeah, you might
touching
be
my
right. I think it
bumper.
is the glue.
So,
Yeah.
but then it gets malicious.
Yeah.
Maybe not. It might not have been malicious. He might have accidentally, like, that might have been an unglue into wall bounce combo.
I think, you know what I think? I think the Viper's just coming off of a, that incident right there with the Corvette, recorrecting, And going into the next like sequence of turns, I just think it's trying to recover and is like a little shaky and is making some small mistakes.
I think he thinks he's going to be really late, but this turn is like super wide and there's a bunch of room like to run wide. And I think that this person probably doesn't know Yas Marina very well. Like I barely know it, but I know that corner you can run pretty wide because you go into a long right-hander next. So you have a lot of room to like recover. I think they panicked here and thought they weren't going to make it because it looks deceptively tight, but it's not as tight as it looks. I think they got unglued and sent the corner, and the car over rotates. The vet is also drifting. Look at this.
Yeah.
Bounce off the wall, and this is just gonna end in disaster no matter how you shake it, because look at these lines. There's nothing but carnage that's about to happen. And that's the exact result.
Yeah.
So I think that's unlucky. I think this is unlucky. And I think that this is even more unlucky. But I think that the Viper driver in general just needs to slow down. They're out of control. They're definitely more leaning out of control than like on the verge of control, you know? Like you're supposed to go to the limits of grip, and this person was like limits.
Beyond them.
Yeah.
He's just well
Watch
beyond.
me do me.
Hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer. Because I think we just might have saved the Viper driver. Because are you ready for what these comments are? And the chain that has actually caused the stir here. It's absurd how the purple car guy had only 0.3 penalties when he's bumping everyone around, and they gave you 0.8 after he pushed you off the track. I agree you didn't deserve it, but I don't think it was as malicious as it looks on the face value.
Yeah.
I don't think this person was actually trying to ram. I think the first corner, they dove too hard. They made some contact. Whatever. Shit happens. And I think that that's how that went. And then I think from here, again, that desync glued them together and sent them off the track. I don't think it's as malicious as the footage looks worse than it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the analysis of ISAD's content. I know I did. My views are not law. They are what I see and what I feel from the evidence I have in front of me. We didn't have all of the point of views, so you can never get something 100% right. But either way, I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. I hope it was educational. I hope you learned something.
If you did enjoy it, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you liked and what you think. By all means, if you have a differing opinion, I'd love to hear why you think I was wrong on something, or our consensus was incorrect. I look forward to reading the comments, and if you'd like to see more of this type of content, please also let me know that. I had a lot of fun doing this, and so I hope you all enjoy watching it. Well, until next time, everybody, take care. Goodbye.